Are you concerned about your memory and cognitive function? In today's fast-paced, information-heavy world, it's easy to feel overwhelmed and forgetful at times. But when does ordinary forgetfulness cross the line into something more serious, like dementia? Dementia is a term that describes a group of symptoms affecting memory, thinking, and social abilities severely enough to interfere with daily life. It's not a specific disease, but several different diseases may cause dementia. Recognizing the early signs of dementia is critical. These signs can be subtle and may not be immediately obvious. They often begin with simple forgetfulness, but can progress to disrupt daily life significantly. If you've noticed forgetfulness creeping into your everyday routine, or if completing familiar tasks has become increasingly difficult, it's time to pay attention. Stay tuned as we delve into the common signs that may indicate you are experiencing early symptoms of dementia. One of the first signs of dementia is memory loss that disrupts daily life. But what does this really mean? It's not about forgetting where you placed your keys or the name of an old classmate. We're talking about memory loss that is persistent and more severe, one that starts to interfere with your daily life and activities. Imagine forgetting important dates or events, such as birthdays or anniversaries. These are not just simple oversights, but consistent omissions that were once easily remembered. It's like a page from your mental calendar suddenly goes missing. Even when reminders are set or notes are taken, these important dates still slip away. This is a clear deviation from a simple lapse in memory due to aging. Now consider this. You start relying heavily on memory aids. You find yourself constantly using reminders, sticky notes, alarms, or even assistance from family members to remember things you once recalled with ease. It's not about relying on a shopping list, but more about needing a reminder to even do the shopping in the first place. This type of memory loss can be subtle at first. It might start with forgetting a doctor's appointment or missing a medication dose, but over time it becomes more pronounced and disruptive. You might forget how to get to a place you've been to hundreds of times, or struggle to remember the name of a close friend. These symptoms can be alarming and cause for concern. They signal that something more than just normal aging might be at play. This could be a red flag for the onset of dementia. It's important to remember that everyone's experience with memory loss can be different. Some people might notice these changes in themselves, while others might have their memory issues pointed out by family members or friends. If you find yourself forgetting important events or relying heavily on reminders, it might be time to consult a healthcare professional. There's no need to panic, but it's always wise to be proactive about your health. Early detection can make a world of difference when dealing with conditions like dementia. Struggling with tasks that were once easy for you? This could be another warning sign. It's not uncommon to have occasional lapses in memory. You might forget where you placed your keys or can't recall the name of an acquaintance. However, when you start struggling with tasks that you were previously familiar with, it might be a cause for concern. Imagine having a favorite recipe that you've cooked 100 times before. You know the ingredients by heart, you're familiar with the steps and the cooking time. Suddenly, you find yourself staring at the recipe, unable to remember what comes next, or you mix up the ingredients. This difficulty in following a familiar recipe is not just a sign of forgetfulness. It could indicate a cognitive decline. Or consider a favorite game that you've played for years. It could be a card game, a board game, or even a video game. You know the rules, you're familiar with the strategies, and you've enjoyed countless hours playing it. Suddenly, you're struggling to remember the rules. You can't remember how to make a move or what the objective of the game is. This isn't just a momentary lapse in memory. It could be a sign of cognitive decline. These are tasks that were once second nature to you. They required little to no thought, but now they're a struggle. You're not just forgetting things, you're finding it hard to perform tasks that were once easy and familiar. This is not a normal part of aging. It's a symptom that something might be wrong. It's important not to ignore these signs. Cognitive decline can be a gradual process, and the earlier it's detected, the better the chances of managing it effectively. If you're finding familiar tasks increasingly difficult, it's not something to brush off as a senior moment. It's a sign that you should seek medical advice. If you notice that familiar tasks are becoming increasingly difficult, it's important to seek medical advice. Losing track of dates, seasons, or forgetting how you got somewhere can be a cause for concern. This isn't about the occasional forgetfulness we all experience from time to time. We're talking about persistent confusion with time or place that becomes a frequent companion rather than an occasional visitor. This is one of the key symptoms of dementia that often goes unnoticed until it starts affecting daily life. Imagine walking into a room and forgetting why you went there in the first place, or driving home and suddenly not recognizing familiar landmarks. Perhaps it's a persistent struggle with keeping track of the days of the week, or forgetting big events like birthdays or anniversaries. These are all instances of confusion with time or place, and they can be quite unsettling. The world starts to feel like a puzzle, where pieces that used to fit together seamlessly now seem out of place. It's not just about forgetting what day it is. It's about losing the ability to grasp the passing of time, the change of seasons, or the sequence of events. It's about feeling lost in a place that should be familiar, or forgetting how you got there. This confusion isn't just disorienting, it's a sign of cognitive decline. The brain, like a well-oiled machine, is starting to falter in its operations. The cognitive map we all keep in our heads, the one that tells us where we are in time and space, starts to blur and fade. Now, it's important to remember that occasional forgetfulness is a part of life. But if you notice a consistent pattern of confusion with time or place, it's not something to brush off as a mere senior moment. It could be a sign of something more serious. Dementia doesn't just appear overnight. It's a gradual process that starts with subtle changes. Recognizing these early signs is the first step towards managing the condition. It's about understanding that these aren't just harmless lapses, but potential signals of an underlying condition. If you or a loved one frequently lose track of time or place, it's crucial to consult with a healthcare professional. Don't let these moments of confusion go unaddressed. Early detection can make a world of difference in managing dementia. Significant shifts in behavior or mood can also be indicative of dementia. An unexpected change in someone's mood or personality is not just a random occurrence. It could be a sign of something more serious, like dementia. Dementia, a broad term for a decline in mental ability severe enough to interfere with daily life, can manifest in a variety of ways. One of these ways is through changes in mood or personality. Let's delve a little deeper into this. Imagine a person who is usually calm and collected suddenly becoming easily upset, anxious, or unusually suspicious. Or perhaps someone who's always been outgoing and social starts to withdraw and prefers to be on their own. These are the kind of behavioral changes that could be indicative of dementia. It's not uncommon for an individual with dementia to exhibit mood swings, shifting from happiness to tears to anger in a short amount of time. They may also experience personality changes, such as becoming unusually irritable, suspicious, or fearful. In some cases, they may even act out of character, exhibiting behaviors that are unusual for them, like showing inappropriate levels of aggression. So why is this happening? Well, dementia affects the brain. As the disease progresses, it can lead to damage in the areas of the brain that regulate mood and behavior, causing these changes. Now, it's important to remember that everyone has off days. We all feel moody or out of sorts from time to time. But when these changes become the norm rather than the exception, that's when it's time to seek medical advice. It's also crucial to note that these changes can be distressing, not just for the person experiencing them, but also for their loved ones. It's a difficult journey, but understanding that these changes are part of the disease can help in managing expectations and in finding the right support and care. Remember, any noticeable changes in mood or personality should not be ignored. Seek medical advice promptly, because when it comes to dementia, early detection and intervention can make a world of difference. Early detection and intervention are crucial in managing dementia. It's like spotting a small leak in a dam. The sooner you catch it, the better your chances of preventing a flood. So let's recap on what we've learned. Memory loss that disrupts daily life, like forgetting important dates or constantly relying on reminders, could be a red flag. Difficulty with familiar tasks, such as following a well-known recipe or forgetting the rules of a cherished game, could indicate cognitive decline. Confusion with time or place, losing track of dates, seasons, or forgetting how you got somewhere can be cause for concern. And let's not forget about changes in mood or personality. Significant shifts in behavior or mood could be indicative of dementia. If you or a loved one experience these symptoms, it's vital to consult a healthcare professional. Remember, early bird catches the worm, and in this case, early detection could mean preserving quality of life. Thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more informative content on health and wellness.